Before the match, it felt like you guys thought the pitch was going to be pretty good to bat for a couple of days and then start to go. Was it a bit livelier than you expected today?
Yeah, I think people didn't, quite know and what to expect from that surface. So I heard quite a lot of things of what could happen. I think it was more wait and see, and it was important to win the toss, and that sort of gave us that opportunity to, bat on the best part of the surface. I can only see it getting a little bit worse from here, especially with the low bounce and a bit more turn, hopefully.
How alien is it for someone like yourself coming out of county cricket to sort of win the toss, bat first, and face 100% spin all day long? Yeah, it's different, but you sort of expect it when you come to the subcontinent. You're not expecting to, have the same conditions as you are back home. But yeah, it's actually quite good to face alien conditions. That's why you like coming away and experiencing different things, and I think learning. And that's the main thing. It's learning across the 3 test matches about yourself and where you can take your game. And across the course of the day, you were really the only batter who really got away and started to get on top of the bowling and hit a few nice sixes. Any secrets you can tell us? What's the way to go forward on that pitch, and how important you think those runs might be? Yeah, I think the runs are important. When you bat first on a wicket like that you feel is going to deteriorate as the game goes on. That every sort of first innings run is vital. There are some good partnerships throughout. I think we started really nicely. Obviously, Ducky again was proving how good a player he is, and then Gus as well. Sort of that partnership took a lot of pressure off me, allowed me to sort of knock the ball around at times when he was playing some shots, and we sort of fed off each other quite nicely.
Go George and then Chris.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask about Gus. I mean, you had quite a patient start to your innings there, and I presume that was because you had a lot of confidence in him, and that allowed you to build before accelerating.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely a lot of trust in his batting. I think we've seen it in the summer, the level that he has and the class he has. But yeah, it's nice to bat with him again, and as he said, we complement each other quite nicely. I think I was struggling a little bit with the left arm spinner, and he was sort of the one that was able to put pressure on him, and when it came to the right arm spinner, that's where I felt more comfortable to take them options on and just take them risks that another day could have gone straight to hand, but today thankfully it was sort of my day.
Chris, go ahead then Matt.
Hi Jamie, it looked pretty sticky when you lost Ben very early in the afternoon. What was the key from your point of view to kind of remaining calm in that situation and being able to sort of get England back in the game?
I think it's just staying level with your game plan that you come into the game with. I think you can have your game plan before the game, but it's adapting, I guess, to the surface that's provided. The people that had sort of batted first and got out, they sort of came and gave advice actually of what works on that surface, what might not work. So you're just being clear to how you want to go about things, and when you go out there, you're not thinking about the game situation. You're just thinking about how you can then impose your skills, and hopefully it comes off.
You had a tough test last week. Was that motivation at all today?
Not at all. It's move on to another game. Them sort of things happen. I didn't score the runs that I would have liked to have scored, and dropped a catch which could have proven crucial. But those things happen in sport, and there'll definitely be times where that will happen again. But it's dusting yourself off and coming again the next game with a smile on your face and looking to enjoy playing and trying to influence results.
You mentioned taking on the off spinner. Could you just talk us through your plans to sort of take him down, and I suppose what he's like, because he seems like a bit of a character on the field?
Yeah, he's a fantastic bowler. I think he's a couple of 5-wicket hauls already now, and you're not a bad bowler to do that. I sort of felt like he changed his plans a little bit actually and started going slightly wider, which actually made it a little bit easier, to score off, because the modes of dismissal were sort of going down a little bit more compared to when he was bowling straight. We felt it was very dangerous. It was just all a feel of in the moment how we can, try and change something a little bit, because it felt quite samey with him going at one end and the left arm spinner from the other. So it almost felt how can we, try and change the momentum of the game and maybe dictate terms a little bit going into the back end of our innings.
Steph, Lawrence, and we've got to finish with us, and we've got to head on.
Jamie, you've got a lot going on and off the field. It's been a big year for you. Seems like life changing a lot. So how has life changed? And I don't know, you're still a young man. Have you had to feel like you've had to grow up quite quickly?
Not massively. I think it's just the main thing for me is when you come into a new environment and a new level, I guess it's still maintaining the enjoyment factor. There's a lot of added pressure, there's differences to county cricket that you see every day, but I feel like the main thing for me is I'm always playing my best and have a smile on my face, and this environment allows you to do that in abundance. Every time you get out, you do well, there's no change from anyone. And that's a great place to be, that you know that every day you can rock up and everyone's trying their best, but results are taken out of that equation by everyone wants to do well, everyone knows that, but you're not having to feel that extra pressure and that added pressure to go out and perform. Because I feel like that's when that starts to nick away, especially on a tour where things can change so quickly. You can have a couple of bad innings one day, but the next one it could definitely be your day.
And been able to focus pretty well out here, or got one eye on what's been going on at home as well?
Absolutely been focused here. It's been a fantastic experience so far to come out here. I've loved every minute of coming to Pakistan. I think it's been great. We've been looked after superbly. We've been involved in different wickets, so that sort of experience is vital, that you can get on these wickets in different countries, and just gives me that little bit more experience that when this time comes again, that'll be a better place for it.
Lawrence?
Hi Jamie, you mentioned that you talked to some of the guys about what had worked and what hadn't in the first session. Was playing straighter or hitting down the ground one of those things, sweeping less? Is that what you tried to take into?
Yeah, definitely. I think we had a bit of a laugh about it, that when Ben Duckett's saying it's tough to sweep, then it probably is near on impossible to sweep at times. So I think I took that on board and definitely tried to put it away as much as possible, even though it's can be quite a good run scoring shot out here. So it was just being a little bit more selective and changing it up a little bit.
Jamie, you have been involved in a few rescue acts back in the UK, but this is the first time you have had such a knock in Pakistan or away from home. So can you talk us through, how important it is for you to get runs outside your home to establish yourself as a lower order counter-attacking batter?
Yeah, it's crucial. I want to be someone that does it in all conditions, not just at home against spin and seam. So to come out here and to put in that performance is quite pleasing. It's taking more confidence into future endeavours of where it goes. If you play here next in a future tour, then you've got that experience in the bank of actually what worked well, and you can look to implement that further.
Thank you.
Cheers.